We all love a good food truck, but how much do you really know about your favorite meals on wheels?
As Mike and the KSL Investigators discovered, they've got a few challenges.
Yeah, so we looked at health inspection records for hundreds of food trucks to find out what you should watch for.
All right, my man, 95. We'll see you at the next window.
All right, by raise of hands, who here has eaten at one of these? Well, chances are a whole lot of you.
Would you like a drink or anything else?
But how much do you really know about food trucks? Tell you what, how about a little pop quiz? First question, which fast food chain started out as a food truck or cart?
I have no idea. Wiener Schnitzel.
Waffle Love?
Popeyes. Popeyes. I don't know.
The real answer, Carl's Jr. It started as a hot dog cart back in 1941. Okay, how about this one? What's the average cost of creating your own food truck?
$10,000?
15 grand. 150,000.
The correct answer?
What if I said $50,000 to $60,000? What?
Yeah.
Surprised?
No.
But it might be a good investment. Food trucks are a $2.7 billion industry nationwide. All right, question number 3. What's the #1 reason food trucks get shut down? Well, for the answer to that, we had to do a little digging. KSL Investigators looked at health inspection reports for every food truck registered in Salt Lake County. That's 315 food trucks total. In the past 5 years, 25 of those trucks have been temporarily shut down at some point. It's only 8%, but one big reason
food trucks do face challenges
is for parking a truck at a private residence. Yeah, the Salt Lake County Health Department says that is a big no-no in case people at home are sick.
That illness will then be spread to the public, and so we're very concerned about food preparation at home versus in a commissary or in a food truck.
I don't want anybody sick. I mean, it's just lame, right?
Eddie Johansson knows all about food trucks and their challenges.
How's it going, man?
Good, how are you?
Good.
He's the owner of YOSHI'S Japanese Grill, which boasts 2 food trucks and a restaurant.
All right, my man, you'll be number 8. We'll see you right down here.
In his experience, he says food trucks are much trickier.
Thank you. Have a good one.
You're moving a kitchen around. So that's the first challenge, is keeping everything stable, as well as keeping food hot and cold.
And that right there is one more reason food trucks are sometimes shut down. Not keeping food at the right temperature. Health officials say it's much harder for food trucks than it is for restaurants.
If it's hot outside, it's hard to keep their food cold. If it's really cold outside, sometimes they struggle to keep their food hot.
All right, back to that quiz question. The #1 reason food trucks are shut down.
This permit is suspended due to lack of water.
The mobile unit is closed because they have no water.
Is lack of water. Whether it's frozen pipes, broken generator, or simply that they just ran out.
The biggest issue with no water is the inability to wash your hands. If you cannot wash your hands, you will be closed because there are so many germs that can be spread from hands to food.
14 food trucks were shut down for this violation. We found out that one of Utah's most popular trucks, Cup Bop, was closed twice in 7 months for not having water. Other critical violations we discovered when looking at all food trucks include employees not washing their hands, food being stored on the floor, raw meat stored above ready-to-eat foods, and wastewater being dumped in a parking lot.
Wastewater on the ground, that's not something that people want to smell or step in or anything like that. And that's a problem.
When it comes to food truck violations, those deemed critical are the ones to pay attention to. That means they have the most potential of making you sick. Comfort Bowl had the highest number of critical violations in a 2-year period, but never had a violation serious enough to shut it down. All right, back to that pop quiz. A question, what is the most popular food truck in Utah?
I would say Waffle Love.
Yeah. Waffle Love's pretty popular.
Yeah.
I like Yoshi's a lot. And kebab is a good one, too.
There you go, thank you. Well, according to the Food Truck League, in 2019, it was Salty Pineapple. In 2018, it was Freshies. And in 2017, that honor went to Yoshi's.
You know, I want people to know and trust that when they eat off the Yoshi's food truck, they're getting good quality, safety food.
And no matter how you slice it, that right there is what all food trucks should be striving for.
All right, so what should you watch for when you eat at a food truck? Well, the health department says look for employees washing their hands and wearing gloves. If they are not, that's what puts you at the greatest risk for getting sick.